Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's the fourth week non-stop that we make that Facebook Live in English. And at the end of that week, don't forget that there is the final of the speed chat quiz. Hello, Serdan Siliuti, Sébastien Girard, Daniel Angel Calderon, El Pate Conjuelas, and Antonio Ferrara. Ciao. So the whole family is there. Tonight we have a very special guest. He is born on the accordion as well. He was like that. He was playing fantastic and he never stopped to play fantastic. He goes to variety, to classical, to jazz. He's famous all over the world now, ladies and gentlemen. Behind this yoga, Joao Barradas. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Fred. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Thanks to answer because I know that you are normally all over the world, but thank goodness, not now.
Not now.
Not now. No. So how old are you now?
I just did 28. I'm 28 years old right now.
28. Wow. But the last time I saw you, you were not 28. You were 18.
Yes, 10 years passed by.
Yes, it's the time that you won that Coupe Mondiale. We will see some video when you won Coupe Mondiale. He was playing classical. It was something incredible. One of the piece, Mussorgsky, I never heard like that in my life. Really. So this is for later. Bratislav Manasilievich, hello. I think Serbia or Balkan in USA. I think it's that. So we will listen to you first when you were, it was 2007, so you were what, 12, 13, 14?
14, something like that.
14, yeah. In one variety piece, we follow the evolution of that young boy, still young, 28, but from variety to classical to new classical to super jazz like we know him. So it will be something. So we listen, the first one, it's when you won that CMA competition. Where was that? In Russia?
Russia, Samara.
In Samara. Oh yeah, and it was an anecdote, no, regarding your coming because you missed the plane or what happens?
Yeah, it was the plane, it was the visa, it was crazy. It was such a journey to arrive there. But I remember we arrived some hours earlier of the first round, so like 3 or 4 hours of sleep and straight to the stage.
You arrived and straight to the stage.
Almost, I remember something like that.
Yeah, I remember some. Now, you know, we are much more flexible. I don't know if I was already the president of CMA at that time. But now you can play, if you arrive late, you can play the first of the second round and the last of the, because many people, you know, with the flight now, many people lose everything and then. Okay, so anyway, when you played, I promise we didn't realize that you were tired or whatever. So it was. Wait, I have a super playlist. I think it's Sur un air de Miliavaca. When you were something like 14 or 15 years old, world champion, my friend. And we come back to you. Yeah. Salut Jérémy. That is done, my friend. That is done. You had a very nice haircut. Really. The new one is not bad too. Did you see that technique? It's absolutely fantastic. It's crazy. The left hand. Okay. Salut Valentin. Salut Augusto. Bah, je suis là. There are a lot of Portuguese people who arrive on the chat. Of course, be careful. Can you speak a little bit about you? At what age you began to play accordion, and especially why?
Sure. So I started when I was 5 years old. At the time, my teacher at the kindergarten, she had the idea to bring some popular musicians to the school in order to introduce us to the typical instruments of this music, Portuguese music. At the time, they bring an accordion player, and I remember I was really into the accordion, into the box, the bellow, the buttons, and so I asked my mother, that you personally know her,
of course, Mama.
To apply for a music school, to enroll me on a music school, and so that was it. She applied for a music school in Samora Correia, near Lisbon, and then I went to the conservatory with Aníbal Ferreira, and then with you, lots of master classes, Mionov, Lips, Chichkin,
yeah,
and that was
great. So we will continue that anthology, let's say, with another variety piece, because that was your repertoire at the beginning, and something very short, and normally it's not as short, but with you it's very short. It's from Ferrero, Averse. Averse means storm. Salut Sylvain Del Campo. Hello. Comment il va le petit? And we listen that and come back to you, and the next will be that famous Moskowski, which will be also very short.
exactly.
Ah, it's Moskowski now. Okay. So listen, that Moskowski is just impressive. So easy, it's absolutely incredible, that technique. So you see, all the time I fight against people that move too much the finger. It doesn't move the finger. Bravo. That's great. So after that, I think I must have, we'll go back to variety, because I don't want to miss that Averse. I have it here. And after these goats, that year, you remember, it's 2010 was absolutely incredible. You won this junior classic. Junior variety was the giant Radulax Gang, and senior was Peter Maric and Peter Maric, variety and classical. Chamber music was Gonzalez,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was.
And we did CMA as well, and Grayson won CMA as well. So the team was amazing. And
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were really focused working on you, so it was an amazing experience.
It was great team. Oh, hello, Christian Palagi. Did you receive all the things I sent to you just before that Facebook Live? Yeah, in case that some people want some music, what you know that I have during the time I'm here, up, I can share and send you the music. Hello, Katerina Pilipenko. So, the next year, we come back in 2017 with that Averse. That was so fast. It's beautiful to be young. Hello, Mrs. Tuoko. Yep. Yeah, it's a history. It's genial. So the next piece needs a presentation because I think we will lose everybody if we don't present that music. And it's nothing regarding that what will happen later. So it's very interesting to present the music. The next one is Ghost. So en français, pour les Français, Fantôme. Okay, so can you say a few words about that composition, please?
Yes, you at the time you decided that it would be a great piece for me. At the time, Vladislav Pligovka was working on that piece as well. It was a piece he had on his concert program, and then I think it was 4 or 5 months before CMA you gave me the piece, the notes, and we started working on this piece, and I think it was really natural for me to play it. Although it was a small amount of time to prepare it, but it was very natural and was really an endurance piece for speed.
Yeah, but you had the habit from your years of virtuoso category. You see, virtuoso category for classical, it helps you to be fast. Yeah, really, of course, because in virtuoso, if you're not fast, it's boring. In classical, you can be not boring and slow, but not too long time. And, and that music is absolutely amazing because... So, okay, Fantoma, so you must imagine all the effects about the ghost. It all is something like... something like that, and sometimes we have some noise who arrive. So the full composition, I think it's 4 or 5 minutes. No, 3 minutes 23. Normally it's 4 or 5 minutes, but he plays in 3 minutes 23. We are not here to have a record, but you know, some people, I don't know, yes, you was there in Moron-les-Bains, when you must have win also, and Peter Marit was there, and Grezan, and Pietro, and someone from the concurrence just asked, I already said that anecdote, but it was funny. Someone said, but why your student play so fast? Something like complain, you know. I just answer, because they can. It was important to mention. So let's see that ghost. Fasten your seatbelt, it will be something. just remember that amalgam of music crazy and speed and natural. It's something. Every year we have some new things that happen on this accordions world. It's absolutely fantastic. Bravo, congratulations. So that was the last sample that I know, because we were at that time working together. Now I enter in a world, your new world, that I don't know at all, and I'm very interested. When I prepare the playlist, I just check the beginning, quality of sound. It's okay, I have to make more, and I say I want to discover live. I didn't want to listen before, just to be spontaneous. So the first one will be Passacaglia in Fuga in C minor. Can you tell me first why you choose that piece and what's the process to practice that piece? Because it's quite interesting. It's not an easy piece to practice.
No, not an easy piece to practice. First of all, Passacaglia in Fuga in C minor by Johann Sebastian Bach is one of the most important pieces in the history of European music. It's a treatise in counterpoint. The Fuga, I would say only the first line of the Passacaglia, the bass, is a genius phrase. So everything is built on that. Second thing I would say is about the articulation, and especially after winning the competitions and playing concerts and playing so many virtuoso pieces, I felt that I was lacking about control, because I needed to play 30, 40 concerts in a row, and I needed to be perfect. It needed to be always okay. So I retrieved myself from playing live classical like 4 or 5 years, and I was practicing only on technique and control. So that the first thing that I would say is the most important thing on this Passacaglia for me is the control of the counterpoint, how even it is. It's everything about evenness, and then at the top of this evenness, even articulation, you have the melodies. And so you just combine the entire melodies and the counterpoints against these very precise articulation. So that's in a very few words, it's just the mindset for the piece.
Okay, and I think something absolutely interesting for people who listen that, because it's always like a documentary, and even if it's a little bit more intellectual now, we are not here to make the show, we are here to speak about you. And when you speak about practicing technically to be perfect, what kind of things did you do? Because this can interest people to do the same.
So I was just going back to the basics, how to play triplets, how to play quarter notes in time, playing the metronome, going to see great concert players, piano players live, talking with them, and see how, I would say, I got more serious about the music I was playing. I think now I know, and even by memory, I can write the piece by memory, all these kind of things that I think it gives an extra layer to the music and to the performance. But to say some practical things, working with the metronome on really low tempos, like 30 BPMs, 20 BPMs, try to be the most precise with the beats, trying to play constant in very pianissimo or extremely forte sounds, and of course how to be relaxed on stage. So, and I think that takes a very demanding search inside the person to understand, why are we doing this? Why do you need to play this piece 50 times a year? And you might figure it as you think about that. So for me, this was like the basics of the pyramid to practice.
And to play that thing on stage, something like 15 to 16 minutes, it's not like when you go out from that music, you are totally empty. It's not the technical aspect, because okay, technically it's very difficult, like every bar, especially because you hear everything. But and because we have many things, and the pedal and organs people play with pedal, and we are blocked with the instrument. We don't have this freedom that the pianist can play and move everywhere. But the most important thing is it's so intense music. So we will listen that. I don't know when I will cut because it's 15 to 16 minutes. He sent to me a playlist, very impressive. After that, or tomorrow morning, I will put on my Facebook page and Facebook profile all the links he sends, and you can listen and share the things. Just before we listen, hello to Mercutian, Leonardo Ronik, Victor Scalione, Claudine Bertin, Dalius Vos Boutas, Osman Bal, Mathieu Delamarre, salut, même les batteurs écoutent du Bach. And Jérôme Berrudio, salut, Rita Berna, Michel Bashkarad, don't send the same video of yesterday, and Victor Daniel Eliasson, oh, hello. And we go to that bar, which is absolutely tremendous. I don't want to miss the beginning, but I don't want to miss the end too. I have problem with my mind now. Okay, we begin and let's see. Okay, we will listen the fuga in private. Wow, I wanted to stop before at the beginning, but when I listen, no, I cannot. I cannot stop. This changing of bellow, it's a dream, absolutely a dream. See.
Yeah, I've been working a lot about that, but it's your technique, it's not mine.
Yeah, it's not. I don't want to take the cover to me, my friend. But I teach that technique to all the people I met, you know, and they don't do that all. So you do. So that's a compliments for you.
Thank you very much.
No, absolutely. And okay, you use the sound, you use the sentence, but something very important. That was the subject of the because you don't know, but after the artist there is a 1 minute teleshopping because of that period, and 1 minute pedagogy or two, and after a debile game, very debile, you will see, but very funny, and people can win a lot of things. And during the pedagogy, I already spoke about the changing of bellows that you have to anticipate. At that time, we anticipate at the last moment, but now we anticipate it a bit much before. But you never make any accent on changing of bellow. It's genial. And what I appreciate, it was a funny comment before from Christian Palagi from Germany when you played Ghost. I tried to find it. He said, the white ghost eyes, you know, when you go like that, during, he was playing, was prepared for the show, or he really went crazy out from this world? Please ask him. It's just because when he uses his eyebrows, he makes that, yeah. And it's fantastic because the movement makes the sound, so it was adapted. Now what I want to say, on this bark, you look like yourself, the cathedral. It's very impressive because you just have the elegance of the movement of your arm to make the release and the articulation perfect, but you are like stone, and you fix the sound with your back. It's just impressive. I listened to that piece many times in my life, but like that, it's very special. Congratulations, really, Joao. And you know me, if I didn't like, I don't say nothing, and I leave because...
We work together.
Yeah. Adam Jonathan Cohn from Victoria, Canada, say, can you ask Joao about his special custom-made pigeony? What did they do special? The custom you have. It's not so...
The custom, I'm talking about
the thing is, you speak, Adam, when you speak about custom, you speak about what? The
instrument or the
special custom made my pigeon. Is it a special pigeon? I thought we speak about the straps after. Is it a special pigeon?
Yes, it's just an art-based model, but the voices are mixing manual and plastic, and the sound plus the mechanics are super even, extremely even, and the sound it doesn't have any detuning.
Okay.
So we just have to ask Pigeony to do that, but other than that, it's almost the same inside.
Okay, and the straps, isn't it the Honor straps you have?
They are. I have many of them.
And we made new, my friend. I must make a gift for Christmas, or you must play the game, the speech chat quiz. Look, I made new ones with two way to attach, up and down, and it's exactly the shape you have. So he used the first one I did before was nearly that shape, but now it's a little bit more comfortable, and because it's more deep, but still with the same effect that you don't lose the power of the accent. I will ask Christmas to be generous with you. Don't worry.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. You didn't came here for nothing, my friend. I think that's all. And very nice comment from Caroline Linan, who is everywhere on the accordion world in France. And she say how to be in apnea with an accordion. When we listen to you, of course. It's genial. Okay, so just another small Bach, Jean-Sébastien. Totally different style. It's suite, English suite, perhaps. English suite number 3. So then, you know what? To be sure that I will not do it for 15 minutes, I take the last moment, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, because I told you we must not be more than... We will be, of course. Okay, so the last moment of that English suite. Listen that articulation. And after we go to jazz. Yeah. But before a little bit contemporary. So I choose that example just for the articulation and different way to play back because it's absolutely different composition and it's really very impressive the way that you make the life on that sentences too, which is totally different, of course, because this is written for what? For piano or harpsichord or harpsichord? Yeah. Are you? I don't remember. Are you left hand or writing left hand or right hand?
Writing on the right.
Right hand. Okay. It was just a personal question. So, can you speak about Jan Robin?
Yes.
Never heard about. Never. It's
Jan
a
Robin
moment.
is an amazing French composer.
A French one?
And he just wrote this piece for solo accordion for me, for myself, and this was a commission by Fundação Carlos Gulbenkian, Casa da Música Porto, and Philharmonia Luxembourg. This commission was to present a piece during the Echo Rising Stars tour of this year. The Echo is the European concert hall organization. So, and the tour we play in amazing and beautiful concert hall for the entire Europe. And the piece is a very demanding piece, extremely demanding, has lots of different techniques. Jan wrote it as an accordion player himself. He isn't, but he just wrote an amazing piece, and I hope that this piece can get to the knowledge of other accordion players because it's really, really, really well written, very difficult. It doesn't seem like it, but everything is written down, so it's very demanding and very virtuosistic because everything is written, every single jump, every single note. So that was an amazing experience to be able to work with Jan on this piece called Enigma.
Enigma. Okay, so I just listened before. I just listened the beginning. I tried to take a part quite attractive or more demonstrative. I don't know if I succeeded, but I took one part. We will listen 2-3 minutes about that composition of Jan Robin. So finally it's Jan Robin because it's French. And Jan Robin. Okay, and then go back to you. Enigma from Yann Robin. Bravo. So, before we go to Piazzolla, which is more common for us, could you explain which kind of collaboration you had with it? It's written for you, so that music.
The Yann Robin piece?
Yeah.
Robin?
Enigma is written for you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, which kind of collaboration you had with him regarding, because he's not an accordionist, so he used all the technique of retriplé, bellow shake, distortion, wind, clusters. So you help him for sure.
I didn't have to help him that much because Jan is an extremely experienced composer and he really knows what he wants to hear, and of course he knows a lot of contemporary compositions from Bailina to Berio.
Okay.
So he was really inside music. So in fact we spoke briefly about the concept of music, about the concept on stage, and especially the way to bring it to life, such a demanding piece, because we have to play, as we spoke earlier. Is one thing to record it, is one thing to do the world premiere, is a completely different thing to play these kind of pieces inside a 1 hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours recital. And of course, the concerts are recorded live and broadcasted. So we had to make sure that everything was doable, especially because I'm not a big guy. So that was our main concert with the bellow shake. So we have this cut bellow shake instead of normal regular bellow shake.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Jan was really thoughtful about that, and I would like to say thank you to him.
Okay, great. So now we go to Piazzolla, of course. It's one repertoire that we all must play, like Bach, I think. And so you did it many times on your life, but that one is Otoño Porteño.
Exactly, from the Four Seasons by Piazzolla. It is an arrangement I did from the entire Four Seasons, and especially I changed quite a bit my way of playing Piazzolla and tango music, especially because after 2010 I was really into jazz and improvisation and even some world music. So it gave me a different idea for the final result I wanted. I wanted something much more metronomic, much more stable, and sometimes a bit more aggressive. But even the aspect of it is there. So I try to be even on the articulation when I play it, even if it's if it's very loud or very soft, the articulation must be even.
Okay. So we will listen. Just before we say hello to Laurence Poissard, salut Malolo, t'as fini tes cours. Fabien Danilo, Anders Grote from Denmark, and Pina Inanti, Darko Michevski, Balkan for sure, and Saro Kalandi, Michael Ziegler from Germany, and Marie Biel from France, Jacques de Savy, salut Jacques, and Erwan Melek. Putain, un nom breton, mon gars. Okay, let's go to Piazzolla with Joao Barradas. And my chickens make accompaniment, you listen? Not that one. Sorry, it's absolutely not that. I prepared exactly the playlist, direction, ignorance that we did, the human journey, portraits, solo live in Centro Cultural. No. Okay, so I will put at the end of the. Or I prepared it already here. 1 second. Is it that? Yeah, because I prepared it in advance, of course. Sometimes I think I'm not professional, but sometimes I have Alzheimer. Okay, let's go with Piazzolla. Marcella Almovar. So it was absolutely the end. I thought it was more space, but no, at the end, in fact, it was more space free. So sorry, I thought it was a little bit longer. But we will have all the links, of course, on the Facebook profile just later. Now we go to the jazz, because it's a world that I just know from you just by YouTube. That's all. I never imagined at that time that you were in my house, that you will be a jazzman famous in the world. Sometimes some people speak about jazz and they say, oh, for me, my idol, I was waiting for, you know, some names that we have the habit to, and say, Joao Barradas. Really is as good as that in jazz, because I have no connection with jazz, you know. I don't know jazz at all. It's not my world. I like that, but it's not my specialty, so I cannot say. So it looks like you are famous. Bravo. But how have you been there on this world? Hello, Joao Barradas.
I would classify myself as a classical musician that is an improviser. But in my quest to be a good improviser, I started to have jazz lessons really early in my 50s. And then I had a really nice, and was very lucky, by the way, that I met Greg Osby. Greg Osby is one of the leading alto jazz saxophonists from New York, United States. And so we started a collaboration. He was kind of my mentor for quite a few years. And right now I even record for his own label. But during this time, I was already transcribing solos. I was listening, I would say, 70-80% of my playlist would be jazz records, all the way from Art Tatum to Charlie Parker to Kurt Rosenwinkel, Mark Turner, Brad Meldau, all these names. And then after 2010, I just enrolled. I applied for the major in jazz in Portugal, and the thing just went normally. And I was really lucky to play straight ahead jazz and with drums and bass, so in a trio format, and that was really an eye-opening for what I must do. So how serious I must get to play this music. So I was doing the same, waking up at 6 a.m., play 2 hours, then go to university. Inside the university, I was playing jazz as well. I was playing as we were doing in the classical. I just applied what we were doing in 2010 and 2011. I was doing the same thing for jazz.
Yeah, sure.
It was the beginning.
So I have one question, perhaps a little bit cliché. Just before, a message from Joao Barradas. Salut, bravo Joao Barradas, et merci Fred pour le partage. Joao, merci à toi, et prépare-toi psychologiquement pour la semaine prochaine ou la semaine d'après d'être à sa place aussi, parce que tu as plein de choses à nous dire et à nous montrer. Ce serait génial. Merci Joao, et merci d'être là. Yes, the cliché should be... when you arrived to these studios of jazz, of course, it was not a jazz accordion class. Of course not. Mm-hmm. It was a general class, because on jazz, we don't have one instrument to make jazz like for the classical, of course. But what was the impression at the real first beginning, before you open your accordion bag, or before you make the first sound? What was the reaction of the teachers? Do they had already some relation with accordion? It was discovery, or?
No, in Portugal we just started. The accordion has kind of a jazz history by itself. You just spoke to João Barradas, one of my main colleagues, friends, and inspirations. He's such a master. So, and I would say João was really the first guy in Portugal taking the next step for improvisation. Although I was a bit more into straight ahead and playing standards when I initiate my studies. But you know, when you have like an exotic instrument inside this field, people just expect you or to improvise as I would say a primary jazz instrument would do, like a guitar, piano, or whatever, you name it. And so that was the main thing. The teachers, myself, and the colleagues, we tried to put the accordion has the main improviser, and I think that was probably the biggest difference between my history on jazz and a lot of other accordion players, because when I had the chance to play with my colleagues, the accordion was not like, okay, let's put some world music vibe on it. No, let's play anthropology or giant steps and so on it, like straight ahead, and the accordion has to
Great.
sound as it was on the guitar or a piano. So that was really intense, especially the first 2 years or something like that. But of course, I was doing a lot of preparation. I was really lucky because I had the time and the space to study, and well, the rest was just the love and the seriousness for the music.
Yeah, but he has been all the time very, very serious. I remember when you were in seminar in my house, you were the first get up and the last to finish to practice, and that pays, my friend. That really pays. After another small question about that, because I think it's quite interesting. And what was our reaction regarding the sound itself? Because now you had fantastic adjectives that I never thought about, but when you said exotic, that's absolutely genial. But what was the first impression about the sound itself?
Well, the sound or the tone is I would say, is the most important thing, or probably the first thing that people will listen. So it's very difficult, or I would say impossible, to take out this accordion sound, even if you have like a very avant-garde or very post-bop or even a very bebop language. It's very difficult to take it out. But my main concern was to, okay, I have this sound, but how can I play in a language that is jazz, is bebop or even post-bop, but it is real and serious for the music, even if the people are not used to the sound. And so that was the main concern, was, okay, the accordion is like a small violin, or a mix of violin and cello, as Piazzolla always talked about. So my main concern was to transcribe a mix of piano, saxophone, and guitar players, and then of course the accompanying, how I would accompany myself, and that played a big role because lots of accordion players play with bassetti, and I had these 10 or 20 years playing bassetti, but when I wanted to play jazz, I figured out that I didn't want the sound of bassetti, because at least for playing trio, because it was too mellow. So I wanted to be really sure that my time feel was the most accurate possible. So this was the first things in mind.
Okay, so we will listen now this anthropology from Charlie Parker. I hope I didn't mix everything. I did. I mixed finally everything. So yeah, I have a nice logic sometimes. Joao Barradas and Ricardo Toscano. Obrigado. Joao Barradas. Joao Barradas. Obrigado. Wow. Yeah, so it's absolutely a world that I don't understand nothing. I don't understand this language. I can just say I am like a child, who who sees the first time the accordion, perhaps. But I really, and when I see the drummer, what's the name of this drummer?
João Lopes Pereira.
Okay.
So that is amazing young Portuguese drummer.
When you make it solo, it's something like everywhere, and you have the Charlie with the so never move. And it's very funny transition with what will happen just after your interview, because yesterday I made on the pedagogy is a 3-4-2, tam ta ti tam tam ta ti tam, and I received, but I don't know how many videos. Everything was wrong. It was only 4-4-2 with a silence. It was absolutely genial. So when I see that, the contrast is amazing. That language, that articulation you have, it means that you are born for music, not for accordion, for music. So I had a lot of comments at the same time. Do you know Chris Cortez from France?
I'm not seeing.
No, don't worry if you don't know. He's not as famous internationally. Unfortunately, I don't know why. He's just writing to me now in private message. He will be my guest next week. It's absolutely genial. And it was Eric Lopez. Salut Jérôme Berson. Vive la Suisse libre. Jacques de Savic. What such an improvisation. Very difficult. Sylvain Del Campo. Do you know late Del Campo?
Yeah? I know.
Okay, so his father is there, and his father is a saxophonist or clarinet. Yeah. So okay, so he's there. Yeah, and Frédéric Vial just say Barradas, la grande classe. That's nice.
The man is a colleague.
Yeah, so your colleague will be here next week too.
Exactly. Oh, Frédéric and Joao, yes, great.
So now let's go. I have 3 samples of your composition. So your composition, your own one, which is Ignorance, Home and Care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because we are not late now, we are nearly tomorrow, so we will just listen a few minutes of that, okay, and just to have like sample, of course. Yes, Jérôme Berson, c'est la grande classe, et je suis ravi de te voir là. So just a few samples, but then after I put all the links, so you will find all his music. So the first we listen is Ignorance. So when I listened to the thing before, and when I saw the title, I don't understand what. Is it your ignorance or what? Because it looked like when you play it.
Yeah, it was just a funny name for the tune because it was the completely opposite of ignorance, because it was a very fast swing and a very demanding score to play. We just put the name just to have like an inside joke.
Okay, so let's listen a few minutes or seconds of that.
1, 2, 3,
I was not able to cut. It was too fast. I had to follow. Wow, I'm so proud of you. I just discovered, I promise. I never listened that. I never listened you playing that. It's my...
Great, thank you.
I have such emotion. It's... Yes, Fred Bial. Pas mal le petit. Not bad, the small boy. Well, you have un grande abrazo, amigo Joao Barradas, from Rodrigo Mauricio.
Oh, a great friend, yes.
Yeah.
I know him. I'm gonna last about it.
The message is for you. Yeah, but who doesn't know Rodrigo Mauricio? He's so famous in Portugal. So, home, Joao Barradas, composer, home.
Yeah,
A few words.
Home was a kind of a side project that I have with some friends. Is more a jazz fusion band. It was on for 2 years. Now it stopped, but it was an important project here in Portugal for me.
Okay, so if I don't make... No, I'm ready for that. So that I cut and we go from the middle. Composition of Joao Barradas. Very lovely. So it's a totally different style.
Yes, completely different. It's
Completely,
kind of rock, song, fusion.
Yeah, yeah.
Very.
And I saw people behind you that I know from Portugal, but I forget the name. So it's okay.
Yeah, probably you know some of these people.
So, and the last composition you proposed to me on the playlist is Care.
Yeah, Care is part of my newest project with some of my favorite musicians ever. This video features one of the best saxophone players I know, and is one of my main influences. His name is Mark Turner, and this is the opening piece of the album called Portrait.
Okay, so we listen just before. Thank you Nelson Marto, c'est superbe, grande abrazo Joao. Julien Gonzalez, je ne crois pas. Julien, on parlait de toi. We were speaking about Julien Gonzalez just before when we remind this victory of the team in which country was that? Croatia, no? Croatia 2010 when Julien won with chamber music. Yeah,
Yes, great.
2010, yeah.
It was Barradas.
Sorry?
Barradas was the name of the city.
Varazdin, yes, I forgot. Oh, Cory Pezzaturo just arrived now. And Galinzan Narinbetov, so Cory, you know him, Cory Pezzaturo from United States, and Galinzan Narinbetov from Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
So let's go to the last composition you proposed for me, Care. So it's not the beginning, but you will have the full link in my Facebook page. So that was the last composition proposed by Joao for tonight. So my friend, we arrive at the end of that interview with you. It's I never made as long. It's genial. It's yeah, but I cannot stop when I listen to you. So it's like that. I want to say to you that this concept of Facebook Live will continue after the end of this quarantine, of course. So I would like to keep more in touch with you and then to follow you more close, because you are now in a world absolutely amazing. You continue the classical at the highest level, and you develop these sounds that for the music in general is genial, but imagine for the accordion, the promotion you do for the accordion is fantastic. So we must show that to the whole world, not only accordionists. So it's absolutely genial.
Thank you very much, Fred. It means a lot. Thank you very much.
So, thank you. We will not cry now, but I could. So, yeah, Julian Gonzalez say, I'm proud to be one of your friends. I am fan. Yeah, I am proud also to be his friend. The evolution he has is absolutely fantastic. And but Julian, see that the evolution of everybody at that time is not bad. I'm proud of the team.
Yes.
Bye. Say hello to the family and speak as soon as possible, my friend.
Thank you. We'll be in touch. Thank you very much for having me again. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, Fred. Thank you.
So that was the lovely Joao Barradas. So now we will have two different subjects. One on the pedagogy will be funny. The speech chat quiz. The speech chat quiz, I still didn't prepare the question, but you know me, I will have. We have that minutes teleshopping, and after I will show you the video I received from some people. It was a simple question, but it looks like it was absolutely a complicated answer. Frédéric Fauré, you will understand me, you just arrived. Cathy Morel, hello. The subject was a 3-4-2, and I asked, Liz Finch, thank you very much from United States. I asked yesterday, please send me a video of that exercise of these three. Just like mathematics, like robot is together, left, right, left, no, right, left, right, sorry, I see me on the contrary, together. And I had some videos similar, you will see it's very, very interesting. And we have a winner tonight that will be selected for the final of the speech chat quiz too. So, just before, I want to present you one of my baby. I had a lot of baby, you know, in my life, like accordionists, like artists, students, that part of my huge family. I made also some instruments that I want to propose to you, because that one, you know, I create instrument for the people who play it, and the people who play it, which I know the best, is my students. So I will not be stupid enough to make a keyboard like that if you need that, and I will take care a lot about the sound itself inside. So that instrument, okay, is beautiful. Okay, I show you a little bit more close. That has been made for Jacques Monet. It's absolutely small. It's a 98 basis, but as small as that, it's quite complicated to do. So you lose two buttons here regarding the size of a 96 basis, but it's not a problem. Then the particularity is here inside the bellow. Have a look of that. That takes the whole place inside the bellow. So I think you see correctly like that. Okay, it's a casotto that is on the bellow. You have the normal casotto inside the right hand of the accordion here, and here on the bellow, the whole place is taken by that. I think I have another, I show you here. So the sound of this instrument, which is only two voices on the right, flute, and one bassoon, 2 8 and 1 16. The 16 have the sound like more than a double 16, because of the first, I like the toilet paper here, I don't know why it's there, but okay. The first chamber tone, the sound goes by that hole to the second chamber tone. You have possibility to close or open, and then it makes a sound absolutely deep, absolutely powerful. So it's a kind of a revolution for the instrument with bassoon. And I must say you the price also, because we are here on the teleshopping, and there is a connection with a music shop. The name is Clé de Sol. You have the address clédesolshop.fr, and they made absolutely incredible discount on that period of quarantine. So the price of this instrument for 3 voice on the right, 96 basses, and this 2 chemotons. The street price is 9,800 euro and it's minus 15% for 48 hours. So the price of this instrument is 8,400 euro for 48 hours. So in case you're interested, join me on Messenger. I transfer to the music shop, or you have the address on the internet site of the music shop directly, so you can have the contact and information. Okay, so the pedagogue of tonight. I have a small trick that I wanted to show, because we fight every day. You know, I found the trick during the lesson. You know, I publish everything on Facebook, so you know what I do on the day. The trick of the day is how to stop to move the finger, because your fingers are always afraid that when they play, they leave, and after they don't know where they go. They are up and they have to come back, and then they don't know. So you have an exercise which is not very beautiful. Salut Olivier, c'est là, mon ami. The exercise is not very beautiful, but it's very useful. It's an exercise of anticipation. For example, if you have to play something like this is one of the most famous citation of Richard Galliano. So, to remember that and to be sure that the fingers will anticipate the movement and don't leave far away, you can use on that one, but you can use everywhere else you want. You press one button. When you play the second one, you keep the first one. And when you play the third one, you let the first one. Then, when you play the first one, you let the second one. It's awful. And if you see that if you are blocked on 2 buttons, what is doing your body? Look, my body is moving around to be able to help the sun to go down. And my elbow is going up, because if I play 2 buttons, my body has to find the exact position. We change here. And now I go down with my elbow. Okay, so it's very boring exercise, but it works absolutely. Hello, Manfrini accordions. It's a very, very efficient exercise. Your neighbor in general don't like, but you will see. And after, I didn't practice myself that trick, but if you do it's much more fluent for me, because I just did now one to the other. Of course, you trust me, I didn't prepare nothing. I didn't have the time. But then it works perfectly. Okay? Ah bien, tu nous la refais en français demain, please. Yes. Now, now, I want to say who is the winner of the speech chat quiz. But for the speech chat quiz, the question I asked yesterday was to record me. And Herminio, you didn't do. I received 9 or 10 videos just before the Facebook Live of tonight. But Herminio, you didn't send to me the video of this. So what we were supposed to receive is, I'll repeat to you because that subject, I thought it was obvious, but no. So it's triplet here. And the left, just make 2, okay? So I just say basically is, hello, Gitis, Causius. We are waiting for you. So the trick is together, right, left, right, together, right, left, right, together. And this is exactly what I expected. And I had something you will see. So after, at the end is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay? And look, I will show you what is the problem, because when you have one who make one mistake, okay, but when you have 2 who make the same mistake, they didn't practice together. So I had one, I think it's René Chapuis. So I don't laugh at you at all, okay? I just want you to understand what is a mistake. Pa, pa, et, pa. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not 3 and 2, it's 4 and a half silence. Okay, the C7 at the end is very good. And have a look, exactly the same one from a lovely woman that I really love. Have a look, how to do, make big, and listen, it's exactly the same. 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's just because, one more time, the people tried that, they didn't follow what the teacher says. All the time I say to the students that if they don't succeed, it's because the teacher didn't explain very good. Yeah, but after you have also the student who want to play. Stop to want to play before you can move and control your movement. Ciao Marco Pomanti, Forza l'Italia. So, the winner of tonight is that one. We had one, and when I say the movement make the sound, look at the movement of the three that make the exact sound. So, his name is Fabien Laure.
Allez, on va essayer ça.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bravo Fabien, t'es génial, t'as compris, t'as compris. Voilà. Okay, so he's selected. You understand? It's exactly pam, pim, pim, pam, pim, pim, and not 4 and 2, because 4 and 2 is very easy. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. With 2 on the left is obvious. Okay, so now the question of the Tuesday evening of the speed chat quiz is, I have no idea. I have no idea. Then you of course, you cannot say that I prepare in advance and some people know the answer before. I never prepare that. So something about Joao Barradas, about what he played tonight. Tonight we saw three different styles of music played by Joao Barradas. He played three different. One when he was child, one of the middle that he still play, and a new one. So please write me the three different styles that plays Joao Barradas. Can be more or less, but must be much more than less. So you have 3 words to write now on the chat. What are the 3 repertoire played by Joao Barradas? And you can put on the order you want. So I'm waiting because I know that the time I speak is there is 10 seconds, 15 seconds of delay. Herminio say classic, jazz, baroque. No. Jazz classique, no, it's 3. In France, les trois genres musicaux, classique, baroque, the same. Baroque, no, I need 3 on the same time. The 2 pieces that he played, yeah, but you was not there, Laurence, at the beginning. At the beginning, I show something more light. Ciao, Cristiano Martins. So, no winner tonight. Jazz, classic, world. No. What kind of style is variété, classic, jazz? Liz Finch! Yes! Happy American woman, Liz Finch. You all the time save the situation, Liz. When nobody knows, at the end, you arrive. Okay, or perhaps you wrote first, but with connection it arrived late. No, I don't think. Okay, so do I have a surprise for tonight? Yes, I think I want to present you the superb artist that will be my guest tomorrow morning. It's JB Baudin, Jean-Baptiste Baudin. He will play something famous that I totally forget. He will play something like Alzheimer, Laurence Frassard, classicisme, jazz et contemporain. No. So, it was variété, classic, jazz. JB Baudin play, I don't remember, but it's written there. I will tell you, it's a standard of jazz. I stay on the jazz because this morning we had Douglas Marcolini. Then Marcolino, sorry, and then JB Baudin, who play, it's written somewhere, Starla, improvisation on Starla. JB, thank you, see you tomorrow, go. Wait. I make big, then we go. Good evening, bravo Liz Finch. Bravo JB. See you tomorrow.